Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a very warm welcome to Taupo International Motorsport Park. This is round one of the Repco D1NZ National Drifting Championship. Hi, I'm Steve Daniel, part of the commentary team, and joined with me, it is Tony G, Tony Gallagher. Welcome along, mate.
Oh, I'm amazed to be here, actually. I'm so stoked that the time has come for the D1NZ National Drifting Championship start. What a beautiful day that Taupo International Motorsport Park has put on for us, Steve.
It's a gorgeous day, summer in Aotearoa. You can't get much better, and of course you can't get and won't get much more better than our D1NZ pros. Repco on the side of them this season. Big shout out to all the teams from all the Repco stores around New Zealand, and it is a beautiful sunny day with a high of 21, and it feels it right now. Good to see the wind speed has dropped 18 kilometres an hour right now. We'll see about 200 on track.
There's nothing worse than the southerly that comes straight off the lake, and it sort of comes up a bit of a tunnel towards this Taupo International Motorsport Park here. It can get very chilly on days, but outside it's yeah.
Look at this car here. This is the parts trader Lexus RCF. That's an immaculate car. Welcome back to the D1NZ. Jaron Olive Kroner, Hartley Engines and Motorsport. That's one heck of a motor.
Now, I'd normally say this about a rotary powered car, but that is quite possibly the best sounding drift car I've ever heard.
Yeah, probably in the world. Nelson Hartley, an amazing job he's done to develop that engine over many years. Of course, we saw it under the bonnet of an S14. Now it's gone Lexus. And now we are welcoming from Australia, Brodie Marr, his first taste on New Zealand soil. This is the D1NZ.
So lifts a wheel as he comes up over into the initiation of the section. Nice wide initiation as well. He comes down through the Dale ITM switch there and fills the outer zone good on the rear. He's going to bring it back up. Oh, bit of a straight line there from Brodie.
Slight adjustment as he makes his way down into the final turn. We want to see an outside zone. Grabs a brake and an inside clip there. He's washed out a little bit wide, but hey, look, this is about banking points. He's going to set himself a score and he's going to try and improve it.
So we've got 22 qualifiers running through. We have actually seen Daniel Woolhouse a little earlier. He's had to shoot off for other duties in motorsport this evening. Haven't got his points through just yet. He would have been the final qualifier of this group. So 22 drivers in total going through. We're going to see them 5 at a time, Steve?
5 at a time, and we'll see them back to back. So we'll see the first 5 go out. They will set themselves a pass, then they will come back, line back up again and go again. So we've seen Brodie Marr. This is Calvin Clark's, I think this is his first time in Pro, so welcome to Pro, the Prime Avocados FC.
Well, that's supplied by none other than Chicken at EFI and Turbo.
Yeah, Daryl Turk out of Palmy North, behind that car there. That thing I'm used to seeing shoot billowing smoke. Why do the other cars run around the outside of the cones? Who cares? Calvin Clark, he can do what he does.
So Calvi throws it into the section there, fills the outer zone. So there's no outer zone, second outer zone. It's actually down here in the middle of the track.
Inside the clip, nice.
Yeah, washes out nice and wide there, fill out the outer zone. He's going to look to fill in the inner clip on the final turn as well. He's pulled it right wide there.
That's only about 7 wheels off, but he sets himself back up. What do we look at score-wise? Is that a heavy deduction or is that just a straight zero? I guess we'll find out when the judges set their scores.
So we'll look forward to see those through. We'll try to bring you the updates as soon as we can as they update through to us here in the comms box. Clayton Daly next up in the RHP Performance V8 powered Supra.
Clayton, his first time in Pro as well. Clayton Daly from the RHP Red and Harrison Performance, and of course Limitless Tyres from Mount Maunganui on Hewlett's Road. Clayton, let's see what he is able to do.
So a reminder that there is only 5 cars at a time. So like we say, we've got Brodie, Calvin, Clayton and Case Pullenbury, brand new to the Pro class as well, Jaron Olive Kroner. They'll be the first 5. Now it's going to be back-to-back qualifying passes, and not only is it run us through the point system there, Steve, instead of
so what we've seen in the past is we've seen one judge, line scored 35, angle scored 35, style scored 30. Now we've changed it. It is 1 out of 100 for judge 1, 2 and 3, and then we average it after that. So now see, these ones here have gone the outside of the cones. Calvi went on the inside. Is he going to get deducted for it? Let's see what Clayton Daly, this is his first time in Pro.
Nice wide initiation around the outside. We'll talk about that white line in a minute, Steve. But they go through and he's got himself nice and wide through the middle part of that section as well. So Clayton, welcome along to the Pro Sport Championship in the Repco D1NZ. Your very first qualifying run. And he's over-rotated going into the final turn, has Clayton. Unfortunately,
so see the low score to start. While we're there though, let's talk about how the judging works. So out of 100 points is how they score them now. So in first position, Brodie Marr out of the West Island, or also known as Australia. 87 points for Andrew Redwood. Joel Counter said 89 points. JT said 84 points. When we take the three of them together, divide them by 3, maths off the top of my head will be 86.7.
Not bad on the calculator there, Steve. If you had a calculator in front of you, that is.
It's just in the head.
So Calvin Clark does come in with a average score of 1.0 across the 3 judges. Take a moment. Obviously, like you said, Andrew Redwood, one of the judges. Joel Counter, he's back for another year. And Jarius Wharedo, JT Wharedo, previous champion here.
And talking about previous champions, this one here is a previous champion in his rookie year. Core Civil on the side of Case PB Pullenbury. And he won everything last year, every single round, and the worst he did in qualifying, I think, was second place. He won highest qualifier in pro sport, the best we've ever seen in pro sport. Now he stepped up to pro. This guy is a specialist sim driver. I said to the team, how many laps did Case do? He said all of them.
So Case Pullenbury is doing a fantastic job, or just as I say that, gets himself into trouble.
He's fine. We'll give him a great score because he's Case. Case PB, Case Pullenbury, Core Civil on the side of that 2JZ powered Nissan S15. We've got a pair of them, of course, with his brother Cody PB, and this is probably the next run I'm really excited to see. It's got Lexus on the side of the parts trader. This is a 1GZFE. This is the Hartley Engines and Motorsport V12. It is it's a crazy motor, and it's Jaron Olive Kroner out of fielding, and it's great to see him back with the Repco D1NZ.
So it's something different as well as far as the chassis is concerned. We haven't seen, or not from my memory, a Lexus compete in the country.
When they built this one here, there were only 2 of that RCF Lexus that were, so that's a 2021 Lexus RCF, and there were only 2 of them in the world at the time that had actually gone out and done any form of drifting as they get launched from the line by Launch Master Willie. Let's see what Jaron Olive Kroner can do as he gets ready to set it loose. The scream of that motor. That thing there can make over 1,400 horsepower. They literally dial it back. Imagine what's going to happen when they add some NOS to it.
So Jaron there getting relatively safely through the majority of that. Is a little bit off the mark here in the final inner clip. But, just listen to that thing.
Yeah, I think when we do the next run, we might just shut up and let him make it scream. That's incredible. That is one of the coolest looking cars and the coolest sounding cars in the Repco D1NZ. So our next car out here will be Brodie Marr again. Was he out of Tassie? No, I think so.
Yeah, I think it's all Tassie. He's won the Tasmanian Drift or something as well as the Pro Championship
in 2090.
2001?
21, and then runner-up in 22 in Australia.
Great to see. Not the only Aussie in the field either. See Luke Fink out as well in the next lot.
Can't wait to see Luke.
So,
and a shout out to, I believe, Chris Rudnick is watching and the team. So big shout out to the Americans that are sitting back watching on the big screens at the moment. Hurry up and get to New Zealand. You're always welcome. Is Brodie Marr. That's a nice grab of that inside clip. Big angle as he comes through.
And he gets a little bit wide on that outer zone there, but manages to keep it together.
Nose down. A little bit off the net, but another strong run.
Looks like it potentially could improve on that 86.7.
Jaron Olive Kroner, 85 points for his first pass, so that is sitting in second obviously at the minute, because Calvin, Clayton and Case PB all sitting with a 1 point run as we see Calvin Clark return for his second pass. Now he went on the inside of the cone. Is he going to go on the outside this time?
I know, shifts to the inside.
Whatever Calvin wants to do. Shout out to Cole Armstrong. I'm sure he's watching in Rotorua before he goes super stock driving tonight. See what Calvin can do. Limitless tyres on the guards. He's got prime avocados on the door, and that is the EFI and Turbo FC.
Calvi brings it through the section, looking pretty good this time round. That 1 point that he banked in the first one is certainly improved this time round. He'll be looking to put himself higher up the ladder.
Look at him go.
So welcome along everyone that is tuned into the stream, on Facebook Live from around the country, around the world potentially. I'm sure there's probably one or two in Australia tuned in to see Brodie.
And of course a big shout out to everybody tuning in with our amazing partners from Repco. And shamelessly, hello to everyone from Branch 12, Branch 97, Branch 73 and Branch 46. That covers most of the Tauranga region. And
I'll say good day to Branch 89 and Branch 10 in Rotorua.
Oh, look, we can't forget about Branch 14 here in Taupo. I hope that's right. I know 18 took it off.
Clayton Daly, the RHP Performance. V8 powered Supra coming through. He's looking to bank at least a score. Well, he's got the one on there, but he wants to get himself further up into that bracket. And nice wide initiation for Clayton. He's got that V8 screaming on the way down the Dale ITM dipper there. Switches through, and he's looking very much better this time. If he can keep it together for the final part of the run. Clayton's pulled it up nicely this time before he washed out. And looks to put his nose down into that final inner clip. A little bit off that one, a metre or so from where he probably wants to be.
There was a 1.1 on his first pass, and that is definitely going to improve. Brodie Marr out of Australia, 91.3. He's sitting in first position currently. Jaron Oliver with an 85-point pass, sitting in second. Calvin Clark, 82.3 for third position. We're waiting for Case. Case is going out now. Clayton Daly, we're waiting for his score to come through.
So Case Pullenbury as well. I'll try not to say too much about his run this time around. I almost put the curse on him as he went around that final turn.
Oh, look, Case is the real deal, mate. He's the real deal. So we'll see Case coming through to finish his run, and of course Case, the 2022 Pro Sport champion. He won every round. He qualified the highest at every single round bar one. Of course, if you were coming in to tune in, the Pro Sport has come through, and you'll see the top 16, I think it is, battles tomorrow across our socials. And of course, if you're tuning in, you will see them live on Sky Sport for the pros as the parts trader Lexus New Zealand RCF 2021 RCF of Jaron Oliver sitting in second position as he sets himself up for his second qualifying lap.
Yeah, I think there's not much to say about this. We'll just sit back and listen this time around, Steve. And that noise coming out of that V12 Hartley, absolutely amazing. Shout out to Ra Hated here on the stream as well, trying to tell me that I'm trying to believe myself when I say that I like something more than a rotary. You're actually dead right. Nothing beats Benji Snedden's 6 rotor.
So rumour has it Ra Hated is going to be back for at least one round this year. I made that up just so that makes him do it.
I think he should be. Probably two. A road trip to Nelson.
And Jake Fastnage as well. I know he's watching. Great to have everyone tuning in.
Next 5 cars out on track. Bruce Tanic there in the Magan Turbo S13. Luke Fink's out as well.
Bruce.
Yeah, welcome back. He's had a couple of years sort of sabbatical, was it? Andrew Donohue's out there. James
Rocket Bunny 13. Magan Turbo on the side. Out of Hamilton, it is Bruce Tanic. That is an RB30 under the bonnet of that immaculately presented Nissan S13 as he throws it down and starts just doing what Bruce does, coming back to the D1NZ.
So Bruce is looking really good through there as well, a little bit straight as he comes down through the bottom of the hill and the dipper there, but some good smoke coming off those Achilles semi-slicks. Yeah, nice and tight on that inner clip. Oh no, Bruce has got it all wrong.
Did you scratch that car, Bruce? Did he cross the line first? I don't think he did.
A little bit too much grip coming out there.
See, we used to be able to just throw style points because they look cool. But now the judges, of course, if you are tuning in, the judges no longer score 35, 35 and 30. They score 100, 100, 100. These scores are then taken, they added together and we average them. So right now I can tell you that Case Pullenbury has pumped through a 96-point run, 97, 95 and 96. Welcome to the pros, Case Pullenbury. That's insane.
So he's certainly not uncommon with qualifying greatly, is he, Case Pullenbury? And he's shot
Danem's score? I'm sure Danem's was a 96-1. Who cares right now? Here comes, welcome back to the D1NZ, my mate, Luke Fink out of Australia.
in the JDM Racing Skyline this weekend. They were building a 180 as far as I knew or was aware. So this car a little bit underpowered, but Luke driving the wheels off it at the moment. I have a
feeling it's no longer as underpowered as it once was, and Luke's driving it like he stole it.
So Luke Fink a little bit off the inner clip to the final part of the circuit there, but he's pretty happy. Hand out the window. I think we get in trouble for that.
No way, not here.
Luke Fink. So Bruce Tanic does get a 1 point score. 111 averages out to 1. As they sit, Case Pullenberry, as we mentioned, 96.0 is to the top of the qualifying at the minute. Brady Marr sits in second with a 91.3. Clayton Daly sitting in third with a 90.3. Jaron Olive Kroner with an 86. Calvin Clark with an 82.3. Andrew Donahue in the Alice Powered S14. Right Price Collision Repairs initiates around that white line there. So we've got the white line on the track on initiation that you can see from the drone footage there. Thanks to Inspire You, they're asked for a very nice wide line, and what that does is it sets them up for a good run all the way down through the section like Andy is demonstrating here, although he's washed himself wide and carried too much pace into the final turn, so that will go down to a 1 point score for Andy. So a few of the cars showing just as they go into the final turn, something to bring up with the final corner there, Steve?
Yeah, of course. So Taupo International Motorsport Park, they've actually put a whole lot more tar seal down, of course, in preparation for the supercars to come through, and a little bit different to what the drivers have been used to over many, many years.
So yeah, I had a chance to walk through the pits during practice and have a chat to a couple of the drivers. Taylor James notably was the first one I spoke to, always a very good qualifier here, asking if there's a notice in the grip. Dean Young as well was another one from the Pro Sport. As I said that, I walked through to Sean Potros's, and as he got onto the new surface, he actually popped an axle.
Oh wow.
So the grip changes in turn one. There's certainly something, as Jeremy Slammett now comes through on the other JDM Racing. All three of them out on track for qualifying, show some big angle.
So Jeremy Slammett, of course, out of New Caledonia. So bonjour to everyone watching from New Caledonia. Let's see what he can do as he comes through the front. So, of course, Jeremy had his first taste of New Zealand drifting, which was at MSC Challenge at many years ago. He went straight into Pro Sport, switched straight to Pro, and I think he even decided that New Zealand was the place to be as well. So he's moved here, but his whānau coming through, his family, and they come through and support. Well, let's have a look at what qualifying is looking like at the moment. So this is Case Pullenberry in top spot, 96 points. Brody Marr, 91.3 out of Australia. Clayton Daly with a 90.3 with Jaron Olive Kroner. And 86 point, Calvin Clark, 82.3, and Bruce Tanic on a 1. Now, where's Luke Fink's score on that? They haven't come through, obviously. We will wait.
Just yet.
Let's see what this man here can do. Jason Ober's Builders. So,
qualifying today brought to you by the Panhead.
Yeah, Panhead qualifying. See who the Panhead top qualifier is going to be. King Creed on the roof. Jason Ober's Builders on the door.
Sam West.
You're a fan of this guy?
Yeah, he's actually a great qualifier here at Taupo, and he's had some good finishes as well. He was up talking to the judges earlier, just asking how he was doing, and I can't repeat what they said. Oh, a bit of a dirt turbo one-wheel drop off there for Sam, setting it nice and hard into the final turn. Look at the squat that car's got. It's almost lifting a wheel on the inside there as well.
Interesting with Sam. Did you know that? Of course you do. All-girl crew. There you go.
Although, having seen Andrea turn up not long ago, Stocky might be here, the Jesus, Drift Jesus.
Another person who's got, looks like they've got Jesus on the car is, of course, Sam West.
So Luke Fink's score jumps up into second place with a 92.0. Luke Fink up into second place after his first run. Bruce Tanic and Andrew Donahue both with a 1.0.
So Luke Fink, that's a 91, a 92 and a 93. We take those scores, we multiply them by 3, divide them again, and then, add them together, divide them by 3, 92, the average. So we look at average scores, but I just can't get over Case Pullenberry, his first ever qualifying, gets a 97 from Andrew Redwood.
Absolute no stranger to qualifying at the top as Case, is he? He's still got his brother Cody to come through. Jeremy Slamett's score comes through now, 93.7, catapults him up into second place now, and that Supra. As Bruce Tanic, the first of this group of 5 back-to-back qualifying we're seeing today. So 5 cars out on track at the same time. back-to-back qualifying runs, 5 at a time. Bruce Tanic now enters into section in the Magnum Turbo S13, looking great. That car is beautiful as ever.
Great to have this man back in the Repco D1NZ.
A little bit shallow at the bottom of the Dale ITM hill there, but the rest of the run looking pretty solid. Look at that in the zone. So just a short thing. So yes, Bruce Tanic will certainly improve on that 1 point score that he's banked at the moment. Luke Fink sits there on the line of that JDM Racing 32. You will see him in a 180SX later on in the year. There it is, yet. The LS3 powered. Yeah. Yep, so there's the graphics for the car that's probably coming later on in the season.
Yeah, so 180 on this one here, but of course this is the
beautiful
beautiful R32. It's really nice.
I took a look at this car early in the day. It's still with a factory carpet in it. Quite impressive.
So is Luke Fink. It's great to have him back in the D1NZ. And so controversial as our Luke Fink.
And you can definitely tell that things got more power than it did last year, and Luke with a much better score as well.
This is awesome.
That's looking
Jeremy
good.
Slammer, he's moved into second place. Just looking at the scores coming through, 93.7. What are these judges up to? Where have they decided to start scoring like really, really awesomely? They're 95, a 93, and a 93, 93.7 average for Jeremy Slammett. Second place. Let's see what Luke Fink can do. He was sitting in second. He's been bumped to third. Was that a better run?
Well, from my uneducated eye, dare I say, Luke probably slightly improved on that 92. It's Jeremy Slammett. That's that JDM Racing. Good. Looks good in that livery, that Supra.
3 of them out here this weekend.
Lots of commitment there.
Pace still at the top from Jeremy Slammett, 93.7. Luke Fink, 92. We're still waiting for Luke Fink's second score to come through. Brody Marr, 91.3 with Clayton Daly on a 90.3. That's how they're looking. Launchmaster Willie says full send. Taupo, International Motorsport Park, Repco. Round 1 of the D1NZ.
Jeremy looking to go on the outside of the cone, so look for that white line that's in the middle of the track. He needs to initiate outside that line, which he's done well through that box as well. He's going to fill that outer zone nicely. Great shots here coming from the drone, and Jeremy Slammett looking nice and solid for this run. He's going to bring it down through the bottom of the hill and start to look to climb back up towards that final bend.
Powers up to the final pass. Interesting to see some of the heights of the cars there. We've seen them squatted down in the past, but it's interesting to see that a few of them look like they're a little bit more jacked up, maybe looking for a bit of more transfer through some of these sections. Comes through to finish is Jeremy Slammett, currently sitting in third position.
So the only fault I could really find was he's probably about a metre and a half off that final inside clip on the final corner was Jeremy Slammett, but other than that...
Well, Jeremy Slammett, he pushed Luke Fink back to third. Luke Fink did the same and pushed him back and grabbed second position. 93, 94 and a 96 from our 3 judges. 94.3 average for Luke Fink in second position, but still leading the way is Case Pullenbury.
And we go back to Sam West now, the last of this group of 5, looking for a second part of the run and looking to improve on his 92.3, currently in 4th, P4 for Sam now. He's too shallow through the initiation there for Sam, so he's got some good angle though. He's going to have to power on down right through, and he's going to end up being shallow through the centre part of the track. Due to that, as you spoke about earlier off here, Steve, is that once they don't initiate right, it almost throws the whole run off, and they need to try and figure out how they can get back on that right line.
Sam West, he had a 93, a 90 and a 94 average, 92.3 his first run. He's sitting in 4th position. Was that a better run? I guess, again, we wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, I think on that initiation, the judges mentioned that they will be marking down if they're not outside that white line, and the drone shot gives a really good look into, showing you guys on the stream exactly, or on TV, where they need to be as they go into the initiation point.
Right price on the door of Andy Donohue's car. Just trying to find out, have we got a score for Fanger Dan? Maybe somebody can find out and let me know. Fanger's just messaged me and said, do you know what my score was? Yeah. And of course, if you missed out, or you wouldn't have seen him, Fanger is heading off to Paradise Valley Raceway tonight to go and do some super stock driving.
Yeah, among other names like Greg Murphy, Richie Stanaway, Andre Heimgartner's going to be there, Cole Armstrong, Darren Kelly, if you want to see it, head on to Rotorua. But Andy Donohue throwing it into the drift section nice and wide on that initiation. The right price collision repairs, LS powered S14. Andy a little bit off the mark on that outer zone as he comes through.
All right, well, this will be the first time we're going to see the brother of the man who sits in the top spot, of course, Cody Pullenbury. See what he can do. Cody PB, 2JZ under the bonnet of that Nissan S15. It's funny, you look at horsepower, and unless you've got 800, nobody even looks at you in drifting anymore, and it's starting to get closer to 900.
It's crazy. You wind back the time a little bit to prior years of D1, and you think of the power level that they probably had. You think of the days where sort of Adam Richards and Justin, or JT Wharedo, judging here today as well, were driving. They're probably in the 2 to 300s.
Well, let's
maybe a touch more.
Well, let's see what the difference between 300 and 850. Again, three-wheeling out in the core civil. Nissan S15, he's got the power of the 2J under the bonnet, hits that inside clip, and you'll see him big switch before making his way back up to the final turn.
So, Cody Pullenbury's looking really good through all of this. He's going to pull it up quite severely as he comes in. He's done really well. He looked like he was going in there hot, and he gets to the inside clip of the final turn and brings it out nice and straight as well. Cody Pullenbury, nice solid run for his first lap of qualifying. So it's waiting for other schools to come through.
I tell you what, this has got to be one of the best presented circuits in New Zealand.
So a massive shout out to Tom and the crew here.
Don't forget Hayden and George and Marty, of course, the team here.
Marty likes to party.
We forgot about Jenny. Can never forget about Jenny. Adam Camplin trying to take out the Inspire You drone. George behind the goggles. Adam Camplin behind the wheels. Let's see what he can do in this FC RX-7 as he kicks it into life. Nice job coming through. Sliding that car around, inside clip. Ooh, comes across the ripples.
Throws it down in through the bottom of the Dale ITM hill there and washes out nice and wide into that outer zone. Means they pull it up. He's carrying some good speed again, so these pro drivers really throwing it hard into the final turn. He's missed it in a clip a little bit.
And all of what happens when you do that.
Just one wheel off, so maybe minimal deduction there for Adam Camplin. He's the first of the next lot out on track, is he?
Case Pullenbury still sitting in front. Cody Pullenbury runs in second position. Oh my gosh, both of the Pullenburys have grabbed 97 points off of a judge today. JT said, look at me, here we go. Case Pullenbury, Cody Pullenbury. These guys were just pro sporters many years ago, and now look at them at the top of the leaderboard currently in the D1NZ. We're still waiting for Whanga Dan's scores to be put through as well. He's already done his pass because he's heading to Rotorua. He's probably there by now.
Jordan Joyce now in the elite mechanical S14. I've got the right car there, yes I have.
It's all about performance, and we'll see how elite Jordan's is. Jordan Joyce behind the wheel as he comes through slightly off that outer zone, but he sets himself up nicely. These guys love this track. Watch him switch.
As Jordan now brings it down through the bottom of the Dale ITM hill. 870 horsepower there out of the 2JZ powered S14. And big angle as Jordan comes through the final turn. He's got himself too far inside, but just the one, maybe two wheels off. I'll call it one. It was definitely one. It didn't. It was the other one was actually in the air, if anything, anyway. So
I normally try to call it so I can change or persuade the opinions and decisions of the judges, but they stopped listening to me many moons ago. So what have we got, Cody? 97 by JT. We've got 97 for Case by Andrew Redwood. Didn't we see a 98 in the Pro Sport? Of course, they averaged after that, so it goes down to Launch Master Willie. This is our local man from Taupo. Of course, Connor Halligan and the Jason Obers Builders. That's a 1.5 JZ powered Nissan S14. You want to talk about the man closest to home? He's right there on screen right now.
So yeah, Connor, he's done plenty of laps around this Taupo International Motorsport Park, and he just loves drifting. All in all, always here on most drift days.
Big aggressive switch as he heads back down. Just a sort of, I don't know, that really shallow line that he came up to, but we'll see how he goes as he comes through. Tries to hit that inside clip, and we'll power out of the section back onto the front straight here. Score changes, nothing really at the moment. Sam West, he wasn't able to improve, but he's sitting in 5th position. Jeremy Slammert in 4th.
So So still waiting for the second half of Bruce Tanic's and Andy Donohue's runs. James McManaway, we've got no score yet.
Has McManaway been out? I'm not sure if we've seen him.
I wonder if he's got a competition timeout.
Well, I mean, there isn't any anymore.
No, it is. It's a 5 minute. Is it a 5 minute bell or is it a?
Used to be.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here is well, it's your favourite sounding thing out there. Of course, he's got Repco, Mimico, Napa on the side. Out of toting, it's Adam Davies. You go down to the hands of Launchmaster Willie. He waits for the call and he'll get ready to send Adam Davies from the line. It was Dave that won last season, wasn't it here? It was. Hearing the roaring of motors, and I can tell you that motor does not sound like the car that we've got on screen. Big shout out to the team from Mimico, Rex Davies and the team do an amazing amount of work and support for us here with the Repco D1NZ. Again, to you guys, we say thank you as Adam Davies leaves the line around the cones, starts plucking gears, getting it up to speed, and we'll see him fly into action. Three-wheeling again. Look at that thing go, Tony.
Yeah, squatting nice and hard on the rear. Look at that, getting plenty of drive out of that 20B. There's Adam Davies. Looks at the screen. He's got himself shallow, though, through the bottom of the hill, and he looks to go into the final turn.
Here's our mate. Just talk him up. He made no mistake. This is perfect.
Looks like he's making a nice low tire pressure searching for grip, is he?
See, you can't put a wheel off when you actually let the wheel come up and over.
That's what happens when you've got a 20B under the hood. It's got that much power. You need to drop the tyre pressure so low.
There it is. There it is. Of course, there is a minimum tyre pressure, and the scrutineers from time to time will go down and go up and check the tyre pressures to make sure they're not running too low. This is our man sitting in second position currently. He got a 96, a 94, a 97 from Andrew Redwood, Joel Counter and JT Tiparido. That gave him an average score of 95.7. Second position currently, he is... Where's his brother? 90.3. Oh, okay. What have we got? Just seen some scores coming in. We've got Jordan Joyce in 10th place. Adam Camplin, 89. We still got nothing yet for Fanga Dan.
So what I'm going to suggest or assume here is that Fanga, being the number one qualifier or the defending champ, his scores will get slotted in at the end.
Okay. Let's drive to Rotorua and tell him then. All right, let's see what... Oh, Cody, that's a wide start. So you fill his own.
That is full send, and he's carried full throttle down through most of part of that section. That's what the judges were asking for as well, as much throttle as they could through the middle part as he comes into the final corner of the section.
As he comes through to finish, your power out. Let's see if he grabs that inside clip, which is, well, I mean, he's about 300 off. That's where they wanted to. Creeping onto the front straight is Cody Pullenbury, Core Civil on the side of that Nissan S15. There's a pair of them. That was a great run from Cody PB. 95.7, his best finish he's had in the Repco D1NZ. In the D1NZ itself was, I think, second position a couple of years ago. He finished the championship in.
Now, do you think that Cody just needs to find 0.4 of a point to get himself at least 0.1 ahead of his brother, because he cannot be beaten surely by Case, the younger brother, in his first ever pro qualifying, you know? I'll
tell you what, though, I mean, if it comes to Cody or if it comes to Case, I tell you who his biggest fan is. It's his brother. His brother will not care. He's like, look, we'll just get to the top there. I don't care if it's first and second. We're on opposite sides of the draw. They don't.
Well, that would actually help them a lot, wouldn't it?
Yeah, they'll catch you in the final. I think, you know, we've seen for many years the likes of the Jenkins boys, which hopefully we see them back for at least one round. Miss you guys. Those guys have had to go up against Team DSR. They were constantly up against each other. Adam Camplin. Roofing Industries on the side of that FCRX7.
So Adam throws it in to the section outside that initiation line, which they're wanting to see, and maintains 90% of the throttle through the most part of that.
As he heads on down to the final turn, Adam. He's just a smooth arc, dials on a little bit more angle to finish, and sets himself a score. Adam Camplin previously was sitting in 8th position with an 89. Was that better? Again, we'll find out when the judges tell us. And here is the pit lane in Taupo International Motorsport Park. And there's some of those rigs that you talked about on the right-hand side. We've obviously got the JDM team. That's James McManaway, and that car is parked. That's James's car there, so we haven't seen him qualify. Let's hope that he can get out before the end of, but I don't see the team working on it.
Now, I'm wondering if the rules that allow him to get into the same car that Luke Fink's driving. So we're just in. Cody Pullenbury gets a 94 in his second run. Doesn't better his brother's run, so he hangs on to the 95 as better of the two scores. And it is Case Pullenbury at the top, 96.0, 95 for Cody there. Luke Fink sitting in third, holding on with the 94.3. Jeremy Slam at 93.7. And Sam West sitting there in fifth in the with the 92.3, sorry.
So because Fagadan Morehouse, our four-time Drift King, is in the qualifying order last, and he has already qualified, we know that his score will be added at the end. I have asked if I can find that out early. So hopefully they come through with a yes, because he's qualified. Who cares?
Jordan Joyce now throws it into the section for his second pass of qualifying. A little bit shallow, runs the left-hand front wheel over that box of the initiation. Pulls out his own nicely though through the middle part.
And Jordan Joyce will come through to the final turn, hard on the gas, and he will come through to finish right out wide. Slight switch back at the end. A few people might ask the question, why does the drone not go down to turn one? Because of course it pulls out halfway through the lap. It's because we're actually in a flight path here at Taupo. It goes down into is it the Glider Club?
Yeah, well, it's actually just an official airport, really.
Oh, so because it's an official airport, they aren't allowed to go into the flight path or where the landing area is. So there are ways around it, but it's at times very difficult to get CAA clearance. So one of the things that we've agreed to, and that's across most of the motorsport we do here, whether it be this or the likes of the Super Sprint Motorsport New Zealand Championship, we don't go down to turn one with a drone. I think there's an argument for shielded flight. Let's see if there is. Cody Pullenbury's second pass has come through, wasn't as good, so he will still sit in second place. 95, 97 again. Oh, actually it was that good.
So Connor Halligan now coming through for his second run, looking to improve on the 83.7. Good initiation there from Connor, carrying some good speed through to the daily ITM dipper part of the section. A little bit shallow on the third outer clip there as he looks to come into the final turn, and he's thrown it in deep. Managed to get his way down.
Home, if you want to give yourself a new home, Jason Neighbours Builders, name on the side of that S14. Connor Halligan, what did he get? 86 and a 79 average score, 83.7, 11th position for him. Cody Pullenbury, he's backed up that 97 that he got from one judge with a 97 for another. I tell you what, all three judges have given a Pullenbury a 97-point pass today, but we're looking at a 95.7 average for Cody Pullenbury for second position. Let's have a look at the second pass for Adam Davies, still waiting for the first score to come through. Repco, 24/7, Mimico, Napa Auto Parts, and this is a monster rotary.
So Adam there unfortunately throwing one tire off. He's run over the ripple strips on the inside down as well. So not the tightest of runs for Adam's second time round, but nonetheless the best sounding out there. And those tyre pressures, look how low they are there, looking for all the grip that he can. So there's that magical number again. 800 horsepower is sort of like the standard now, isn't it? 850
horsepower in a, what is that? Essentially a 2 litre, isn't it? Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
As our next group of cars make their way out, Michael Thorley, Sean Potros, Kurt Blacky, and Dave Steadman, Taylor, James. Okay, so this is the second car. So this is Luke Fink's car, and now this will be McManaway behind the wheel. So issues for McManaway's car. Well, we've got talking about Luke Fink. But shout out to the whānau, the family at home in Australia, watching Dad, watching the husband out there drifting. Sent a message through this morning. I said, look, tell the missus I said hello. I don't know what that means. It says, tell your wife I said hi.
So no change at the top at the moment. It is Case Pullenbury, Cody Pullenbury in second. Luke Fink still sitting there in third. Jeremy Slammett, Sam West, no change in the top five after that. Groups come through. We're still waiting on Adam Davies' score to come through. And the second of Connor Halligan's A bit further up as well, Bruce Tanic and Andrew Donahue. Of course, the first round qualifying Pro Sport has been and gone already, and you'll see them for the top 24 tomorrow.
Connor Halligan has moved into third position. Did you say that?
Oh, look at that. No.
Oh, okay. So he's got a 95.7. All right, let's have a look at qualifying so far. Gerald Cronus is in 10th place from Clayton Daly in 9th with 90.3. Jordan Joyce in 8th position with a 91. He's sharing that with Adam Camplin, 91. Brody Maher with a 91.3 with Sam West on a 92.3. Jeremy Slam at 93.7. Luke Fink, 94.3 from the Pullenbury brothers. It's Case and Cody, 95.7 and a 96. That's one hell of a score. This is the Repco D1NZ Natural Drifting Championship. This is Taupo. This is round 1 and the Pan Head qualifying.
So the next group of cars, Michael Thorley, Sean Potros, Kurt Blacky, Dave Steadman and Taylor James. As you said, scrub box is on for Michael Thorley in the NZ hoses. He's got the 180 out there. Saw a couple of cars with him out in the pits earlier on, so he unloaded both in as the 180s. The smoke clears there. Launchmaster Willie to let him go.
So I don't know why they won't give me Fanger's score. He's already qualified, so I'll stop arguing with race control. Let's have a look and see what this man here can do. He's got the NZ GT Radials Valvoline RB-powered Nissan 180. He's in the hands of Launchmaster Willie. Let's see what Michael Thorley can do. Michael Thorley is a former Pro Sport champion. Of course, stepped up to Pro a number of years ago now. I think his best result we saw might have been here last season against Dave Steadman. Ran in the finals. Second position he got. We wanted to increase it by 1.
So he leaves the line as Michael Thorley. Beautifully presented car that as well. The NZ hoses been with Michael for the last few seasons at minimum. And he's going to look for a nice wide initiation here at Taupo International Motorsport Park. He enters the section there, but a little bit shallow in the first outside zone. So brings it down into the Dale ITM part of the section. Gets it quite far off the roof strip. Down through the middle as well. So he's looking to bank probably just a relatively three-wheeling over the roof strip as well. So a nice safe run in the end for Thorley. Kept all 4 wheels on the track.
Yeah, Michael Thorley doing a great job. So this is a 22 going into this is a top 24 bracket anyway, so you qualify, you go drifting tomorrow in battles anyway. So yes. Of course, Pro Sport battles will be on Facebook tomorrow, and of course the pros, we will see you with our friend Stephen McIver on Sky Sport, Fox Sport and everything else as per normal. Motorsport.tv, Sean Potros, see what he can do. Elite looking car out on track. Rumbles around the final turn. You'll start him grabbing gears. Let's see if he 3-wheels it as well.
So there's that nice big wide initiation that the judges have been asking for, and it sets them up for a good run, being nice and wide there as well. As he's a little bit straight, trying to get all the power down to get himself up into the final turn. Sean Potros. A metre or so off the inner zone as well. Not the tightest of runs, Sean. He's done plenty of laps around here, and he's a great qualifier and battler in general. But we spoke about it a touch earlier. That final turn, or turn 1 of the race car circuit, the change or the replacement of the tarmac there. They've put new surface down here at Taupo International Motorsport Park, and maybe they're catching them out, some of them on, well, we saw that earlier in qualifying, didn't we? A couple of the guys are throwing it in fast, and there wasn't as much grip as there normally is throughout the rest of the track. Kurt Blacky now sitting on the start line.
Kurt Blacky, no names on the side of that car. She's looking a bit white and a bit, well, just screaming out, sponsor me. Struggled to get the car back out with just, obviously that's the nature of motorsport, difficult to get out, but he managed to find a way with Wolfie, that LS powered GT86 Toyota, and a solid run for him. And oh, shut down. What's happened here? And where is this?
Oh,
how much smoke's coming out of that right hand bank? That might be one terminated LS, which is going to require a line tow. And And straight off with a helmet.
So Kurt Blacky there, quick to pull that off. This might be a chance, Steve, to run through the Pro Sport qualifying. We saw this a little bit earlier in the day. We'll see them in the Pro Sport bracket tomorrow as well.
All right, well, who have we got there in the top? Or actually, well, let's go from 10.
So Daniel Caldwell finished in 10th, or qualified, sorry, in 10th place with 91 points. James Jeffries, with a countback of his second best run, got himself into 9th. Daniel Edwards, 91.7 in 8th place. Ryan Parry, 91.7, also with a countback. In 7th place, Aaron Habib, early P1 position, was in 92 points. Sits in 6th place. We go back to Adam Whitehead. He is in 5th for qualifying. Dean Young qualifies P4 with a 92.3. Zach Zayden, 92.7, qualified in P3. Matty J and Psycho JZ qualified P2 with a 94.3. And your number one Pro Sport qualifier for the first round of the Repco D1NZ National Drifting Championship for 2023. The first round goes to Matthew Brown with a 94.7. So you'll see him take top spot. That's how they'll line up for the first 10. And other notables in that field: Keisuke Nagashima just outside in 11th, Brody Knowles in 12th. There's the rescue crew out there doing a great job. Hopefully nothing too major.
So I can tell you what the rescue crew will be doing is obviously be looking for, is there oil down, things like that. As Hoki puts the bonnet down, and he's saying, this is where I am.
So Kurt Blacky there, hopefully there's nothing too major for Kurt. I mean, it's not looking likely he's going to get that done in the first 5 minutes that he does get. Wolfie managing to make it along for the first round. So we're happy to tow it out on track, are we?
Well, they're getting a line tow going around the outside.
This is the Repco D1NZ National Drifting Championship, round 1 here at Taupo International Motorsport Park. Look at the beautiful weather in the background there. Absolutely fantastic day.
So I'll see if I can find some information with the team, Kurt Blacky's team, once we hear it, once we get it back. Of course, more D1NZ drifting. With our next group, we can see they're already starting to scrub, and the bonus of doing so is it means there's no oil down, so no cleanup. Let's hope that it's not a terminal issue. So Kurt Blacky, as we get ready for our second of the Team DSR runners. This is Dave Steadman. He won the round here in Taupo last year. He'll be wanting to set himself a pretty good score this time. Roka 24/7 Mimico, Napa Auto Parts on the side of that car there. This is an RB-powered Nissan S14. From Vehicle Service Centre in Mount Maunganui, around the outside of the cones, because he follows the instructions. And let's see what Dave Steadman from Tauranga can do as he kicks that thing into life.
Nice wide initiation outside the initiation box, and through a little bit shallow in the first outer zone, but looking good through the centre part of the section. The Dale O'Hearn, bottom of the dipper there. And Dave Steadman filling those zones really well. Throws it into the final turn real wide.
He's wide, but brings the nose down. Grabs it inside clip, will come through, freewheeling it to finish. Back onto the front straight here at Taupo International Motorsport Park. Be interesting to see what sort of run. Are they happy with it?
Yeah, now although he threw it wide into that final turn, he managed to get his nose down and catch that inside clip. So very well done there by Dave Steadman. Done many years and many laps around here. Here's Dave, Launchmaster Willie, having a quick chat to TJ. Taylor James on the line, and the Central Wood Recyclers JRI Insurance S14. Of course, Taylor spent some time overseas recently with some of the names in drifting around the country.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
LZ Fest and in the Sydney Motorsport Park Time Attack. Good looking
delivery. You've done that one before, haven't you?
I've been over there and yeah, not drifted there obviously, quite clearly, but yes, been over and checked the event out. Great event over there. If you do have a chance, you've got to do it at least once, and it's a really good show that they put on over there, especially seeing the New Zealand drifters as well.
This is one of those New Zealand drifters that did make his way over to Sydney to World Time Attack, and now he is having his attack to Taupo International Motorsport Park. He is one of the best drifters we have in the D1NZ. This is Taylor James from Tokoroa, of course part of the mighty CDT Central Drift team. See what he can do as he comes through, crosses the line.
Very good looking run actually from Taylor there as well, hitting all the points the clipping point's almost exactly where he needs to be. It'll be interesting to see the judges. They've been, oh, we've got Fanger Dan's scores in.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't going to tell me.
Oh.
No, you're fine. Well, there's only one more run after Tay to go, and we'll just have a look and see. Well, this is James McManaway now. So they have put them through. So what did where's Fanger sitting at the moment? Of course, we didn't see his back-to-back runs. First run of the day, he got
81.
And then moved into a
90. So an 80, 81 and 82 averages out to 81 in his first run. We look at an 87, an 89 and a 94 for a 90 average across the three judges. Fanger Dan sits in 12th place currently.
So one of the problems that we didn't see it obviously on the live stream, but Fanger Dan had issues with the power steering of his car, so it sounded like it was a bit of a handful for him, and it kind of, we did see that run, so yeah, it does make sense. Fanger, of course, on his way to Superstock race tonight as James McManaway, part of the JDM team in that big power plant R32 Skyline.
James and Luke both driving the same car now. Obviously problems with James McManaway in his S15 he's got out the back there.
She'd be right, mate, she'd be right. Where's the fluoro tape on the door? It's got one or something on the door.
I'm wondering if that's
something to do with I'm the number one JDM driver. I can tell you not. Lucas, actually, who is? Is it Luke or is it Jeremy Slammett? Slammett sitting in 5th place, Luke in 4th. A good run. This is Michael Thorley for his second run of the day. Michael Thorley, of course, with an 85.7 in his first run of the day. Only sitting in 17th position, so he'll be wanting to improve from that.
So Dave Steadman's score, and he's ended up with a 93.7 from his first run. That puts him into 6th place currently.
I hope Launchmaster Willie has some sunblock on. He gives a thumbs up as the Inspire You FPV drone gets on that back bumper. I Am Hope on the side.
So Thorley throws it in really nicely through there as well. A little bit too wide there on the first outer zone.
And if you get the opportunity, text drift to I Am Hope. Of course, which is on 469.
Just like that. Michael Thorley looks to tuck it down on the inside clip. He's about a metre off there as well. So Thorley sitting in 18th place with an 85.7 currently. And the NZ hose is 180.
So the score's starting to come in, and I'm not sure whether or not we've ever had a brotherly 1 and 2 in D1NZ history, but I'll tell you what, if it comes to rewriting history books, the Pullenbury family are very good at doing so. Are they going to get all the way there? We're going to find out. Not too far to go before we find out who our panhead top qualifier is. Sean Potros in behind the wheel. He's sitting in 18th position currently. He got an 89, an 88, an 86, 87.7 is the average score for the SMP Elite Machine. This is Sean Potros.
So Sean with a really good start to the run there. A little bit shallow on that bottom of the Dale ITM hill, but pushes it wide in. So yeah, he sort of set himself up for that.
We'll see how this lap finishes for him. Grabs the inside, lots and lots of angle to finish. Comes through onto the front straight here at so forth. And look at the haze. We need to go and clean the screen on there. Bring the lens of the camera down on turn number 1. Of course,
a little wheel off for Potros on the final turn as well. Might be a slight deduction. Not sure if it was past the finish line or not.
So this will be the second run for Dave Steadman. Steadman sitting in 8th position. He got a 93, 94 and a 94, average of 93.7. He's in 8th. Let's see what he can do as he does his return run. Only a couple to go.
And we have a change at the top, Steve.
What? Tay J, wow, 96, 97, 97, average score 96.7. The lead has changed.
So Taylor James shoots to the top, showing you why he's been chosen to be an international driver.
I tell you what, those core civil boys will not be happy with me. I'll be like, you talked it up, you took it away, Steve. Well, I didn't, Tay J did, and that was a Central Drift team. They're in a couple of car parks, a couple of pits down from you. All right, what is the Team DSR driver What is Dave Steedman going to do as he powers through into the drift section here at Taupo? Of course, this is round one of the Repco D1NZ.
So Dave Steedman once again three-wheeling, got plenty of grip dialed into that S14. Big angle as he throws it down through the bottom of the Dale ITM hill. And fills out the outer zone on the way through as well. Good looking run here from Dave Steedman. So far so good. And into the final turn. Look at it, three-wheeling, so much grip dialed. He's going to look to tuck the nose in, which he does nicely to finish off that run.
Well, there he goes. That's at the end of that one there. So have we got anyone else to go? I think that may... Oh, Taylor, we've still got Sean. And then we will have, who's going to be the last run of the day will be James McManaway, who is sitting in 6th place. That was a good score by him. Hang on, we've got 5th is Fink, 6th is, and 7th. Okay, so the JDM team currently are 5th, 6th and 7th. That is amazing. Cream rises to the top.
So no second score from Sean Potros through just yet. Wasn't the tidiest of runs for Sean. Dave Steedman though. Here we go, look at that, 1100 horsepower. Do you think that's enough?
Well, has he got NOS?
I could tell you what's coming.
Oh, okay, we might wait for it to arrive. Well, let's see how Taylor James go as he backs it into turn one. Gets ready to head to the centre section. That's some wild angle for TJ.
So big over commitment. He must have been stoked with his first run. He's just setting it hard in the second part.
Here's a bobble.
So a little bit straight. I said it too early. I called it real early on. But yeah, Taylor James tucks in and showing you the smoke show that comes from 1100 horsepower.
So he dialed it back because he's only 1100 now.
Well, yeah, he normally brings it back a touch more, I believe.
That's high boost. All right, let's have a look at the qualifying sheet. This is where we sit. Taylor James sits on top from Case Pullenbury, Cody Pullenbury, their brothers. Connor Halligan doing it for Taupo, Luke Fink, James McManaway and Jeremy Slammett. That's the 3 JDM drivers with Dave Steedman, Sam West. And look, that's where we're sitting. Let's get ready for the last lap. And then we might see if we can have a chat to, I don't know, we'll see. Talk us through this one.
So James McManaway, final run of the day, all very shallow through the initiation box there. So unfortunately for James, it's going to set him up for a harsh run on the way through. He's got it back together actually. So normally we see them not initiate quite right. It makes it harder for the rest of the run, but doing a great job as McManaway brings it through, fills out outer zone and gets some angle dialed on as he to get down into the inside clip for the last one of the corner and finish off his run. So James McManaway looking to improve on his 94.3.
And while you were doing an amazing job, I got a phone call from Kurt Blacky and he said, Steve, we have an engine failure. So unfortunately, very sad for, I know how hard he had to work to try and get the car there, but Kurt Blacky down in 22nd place, 0 points on the board with an engine failure. Well, it should be 1-1 and 1, it is. So that's kind of it. And this is obviously, that's it for the day. We've got... Let's have a look at the qualifying order for tomorrow, though, coming up as we ride on board a lap with the Inspire You drone, George. He is one of the top pilots in New Zealand. So Taylor James finishing on top spot, 96.7. What a score. Case Pullenbury, Cody Pullenbury, 96 and a 95.7. From there we go to Connor Halligan with a 95.7. Dave Steedman, he's in 5th place.
So Luke Fink, he finishes in 6th with a 94.3, tied with James McManaway on a 94.3. Jeremy Slammett, 93.7 and 8th. And Sam West comes through with a 92.3 to finish in P9. Brody Mayer, all the way from Australia.
To get to the back end of it, we get Adam Camplin with a 91. Jordan Joyce on a 91 as well. Clayton Daly. Fanga Dan, only good for 14th. We heard about the power steering issues. Bruce Tanic, welcome back. He's in 15th place and 89.
16th goes to Adam Davies with 87.7. Sean Potros, Michael Thorley, Jaron Olive Kroner and Andy Donahue finish out your top 20. Just a couple more drivers at the end of that as well.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the day. This is the Repco D1NZ National Drifting Championship here at Taupo International Motorsport Park. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back tomorrow, of course, across Facebook and of Sky Sport. On behalf of the rest of the team, we will see you then.